This tutorial will help you learn how to search a library database effectively and efficiently. Finding appropriate information for your research can be overwhelming and frustrating, but following these simple steps will make it easy to find the resources your professor wants you to use in your research paper. The first step is to state your research question. Simply ask what it is you want to find out in doing your research. Let's pretend that your instructor has assigned you a project where you need to research the following question. Does TV violence cause kids to act violently toward others? You will use your research question to determine how to search the library databases for articles. Many students Google their topic when looking for information for their research projects. Often this leads to information that is not appropriate for academic research. This media violence study is an example of a website you might choose because you want academic information, but your professor would not accept it because the group Focus on the Family is not a reliable research institution. To find articles that will be acceptable to your instructor, start at the library website, click on Find Articles, then Academic Search Elite for an appropriate library database. Once you have clearly stated your research question, you will need to identify the key concepts of your topic. For our research question, does TV violence cause kids to act violently toward others? The key concepts are TV, violence, kids. To select key concepts, identify important words from your research question. Do not select common words that would be in any article. In our example, words like does, cause, to, act, toward, others do not relate to our research question. However, if the words TV, violence, kids were all in an article, you would know that it would be on your topic and be relevant to answering your research question. We communicate this to the database by saying TV and violence and kids, putting the operator "and" between each key concept. It is important that you do not search the library databases like you do Google, with all of your words on one line. When searching in a library database, you need to divide your concepts onto different lines: kids on the first line, TV on the second, and violence on the third. You will get better results in the library database if you use terms scholars would use, like children, instead of kids. The next step in your research strategy is to identify synonyms for your key concepts. Place the operator "or" in between synonyms. For the example about TV violence and kids, the second concept would be violence or aggressive or hostility. When searching the library database, divide up your concepts with one concept on each line and the synonyms for each concept separated by an "or." TV or television on the first line, violence or aggressive or hostility on the second line, kids or children or youth on the third line. This is a well-developed search statement, but it still won't get you all relevant articles, like this one that uses the term aggression instead of aggressive. To solve for this problem, we use a tool called truncation. The next step in your research process is to truncate appropriate words in your search strategy. Starting with the concept TV, we want to find all forms of the word television. To do this, we put an asterisk after the S in television so that the database puts on every possible ending, like televise, televised, and televising. To get the database to create all possible endings, place an asterisk after the root of the word. To see another example of truncation, we'll take the word kids and use the more formal term child. To truncate child, we'd put the asterisk after the D so that we'd get child, child's, children, and children's. Your search statement, including truncation, would look like this. You can see that every word is truncated, every concept is on its own line, and the synonyms are separated by the operator or. When the database searches with the truncated terms, it retrieves 1,282 results. To refine your search so that you get more relevant articles, change the Select a field so that the database is searching the title of the article for the concepts that you have selected. This narrows your results to 72 articles. So the next step in your research process is to select the appropriate fields to search for your concepts. Looking at the results, you will see the key concepts or synonyms embedded in the titles of all of the articles. In the future, you can limit your search to the subject terms or the abstract, the summary of the article. Let's review our research strategy for an effective way to search library databases. First, state your question. Select the key concepts. Identify synonyms or closely related terms for each concept. Truncate appropriate words. And finally, select a search field to focus the database. Check out other tutorials from the CSUB library for more tips.